tell me he has a goofy voice. Well, I don't know, J-Rock. That seems a little greasy to me. Dude, fucking hooked. Fucking hooked.
I watched the show for him, in all honesty.
That's what I do too. Like, I even got a Bubbles hockey jersey in my car right
Nice.
now.
That's awesome.
I think it's like season 4, episode 1. I remember this. Like, you see Ricky and Bubbles wearing like Sunnyvale like hockey jerseys, like you would find it like a rec league or something like that. Just that Sunnyvale on the front of it and whatnot, and on the back, Bubbles 99. I have that one fucking goalie sized. I was like, fucking great.
That's cool, man.
It was pretty funny because I ended up getting it for like $30 or something like that, and I was talking to Nick Tucker, who kind of turned me on to the show. He's like, dude, I remember seeing them up in Boston. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, man. Was the show great? He's like, yeah, and I remember they were selling the jerseys too for like $100.
Whoa.
I was like, well, here's where I got it.
That's probably because they were on tour, so they're upping the price like crazy.
Oh,
Because they know people will pay it.
Oh yeah, yeah. They know they kind of got you by the balls. Like if you want it, like here it is, but you got to pay for it. All right. So getting back to like the whole wedding thing.
Mm-hmm.
What was like the moment in your head that kind of like clicked in your head where you're just like, you know what? You kind of like look at Liz and you're just like, I have to marry this girl.
Probably not very long into the relationship. I don't really know what took so long. But I knew that I was in love with her, at least from the moment we were talking outside. It took forever for me to actually, not forever, but it took a while for us to kind of, actually become a thing. I think it took, geez, I don't know, maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe it was only like a week or two, but shit, I don't remember.
You were in so much
It's a
trouble.
long time ago. It was like 10 years ago. So.
You're in so much trouble for not remembering.
I know,
this.
I'm so fucked.
You're in the doghouse.
But I mean, I can't really say that was the moment that I know that I wanted to marry her necessarily, because that's kind of extreme. But I definitely knew that it would be a special relationship from that point on. Because initially, when I was going to meet her, it wasn't really about that. It was just I saw she was close. I saw she played guitar, and I was like, hey, maybe we can hang out. That'd be kind of cool. Because I was just kind of looking to make new friends and shit, and just thought we'd hang out. And it kind of became more than that. So
okay, well let me rephrase that then. Like, what was like, what was the moment like when you like before you bought the ring where you just kind of looked there and said, you know what, now's the time?
I don't know, man. Honestly, it was. I don't know if there was that moment. I just felt like it was the time. Because it's been a while, and I thought it would be kind of a nice way to celebrate. It's because it's not about getting married. Because really for us, like, it kind of feels like we've already been married for a while.
Yeah, in common law,
so
married, but
yeah. So I mean, it's more about. I kind of think of it as like a celebration of the relationship, and since our 10-year anniversary is coming up next year, a little less than a year from now. I thought that would be the epitome of the celebration of the relationship would be on the 10-year anniversary. That would be the perfect time to get married, if that's the way you look at it. So that's kind of my view on it. I don't know if that's her view necessarily, but
that'd be something to, something to tell your kids one day.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awkward though. Like, Daddy, what was the moment that you thought that you really loved Mommy? I don't know. Go ask her. Leave me alone.
Well, no, if you asked me that, I would have said...
Leave me alone. Bubbles is on TV.
If you asked me that, I probably would have said, is that what you asked? I thought you said when I knew that I wanted to marry her.
Yeah, that's what I started off as, and then it kind of like became, what when you did it, like, when was the moment that you were just like, I have to go out and buy this ring, like, it has to be done now.
Yeah. So, but if you had asked me when I knew I loved her, it was not long after we started hanging out, which is why it was interesting, because, like I said, at first I didn't look at it that way, and all of a sudden it was becoming that way, and it was like, oh, all right, I guess I'm going to go with that.
Very cool, man. Who would you say is your personal hero?
Ooh, are you talking like just in my personal life, or like celebrities, or everybody?
Just anybody.
All right. I'm going to go with my grandfather.
Very cool. Why?
Many reasons. He's kind of, in my opinion, not to bring up a lot of like past family shit, but I kind of grew up without my dad in the picture. So a lot of the time I spent a lot of my time at my grandparents' house, and really I learned a lot about what it means to be a man from him. So he's a lot of credit to a lot of why I am, minus all the fuck ups. And I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect. He certainly has things that, or at least used to have things about him that people would probably not take too kindly to. But he 99% of his life he's been nothing but a caring and awesome guy, and he really knows how to take care of his family and do what needs to be done for his family. And he's just a very loving and caring, but very tough guy. Like he's like such a fucking bull of a human being. Like he can take anything. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Like he's such a rock, but he's also like the most compassionate guy that I know at the same time. So he's just the epitome of a man, in my opinion.
How is he not your fucking best man?
Well,
He's laid out this whole thing like he's such a great caring man. He's a rock. Like he could take a punch and everything, man. Like I've seen him fall downstairs and get attacked by wild boars, and he just brushed it off like it was just a pee-wee hockey fight. This guy's tough. He's the caringest guy in the world. By the way, Fats, you're gonna be my best man.
Because literally the traditional pick of best man is to be your number one friend. So I didn't think it would be really right. I mean, he might end up being in the party, but because he's kind of iffy on his feet, I kind of think that would be a little unfair at the same time to him. I mean, I'm sure he'd be thrilled, but I wouldn't want to put him through that. So yeah. I may have been part of the party, but I don't know about being best man, because I also could have picked my uncle. You know, my Uncle Lloyd and I were more like brothers than we are uncle and nephew. But again, it's the traditional definition, which I kind of like to cling to, is your best friend, and that's who you are, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
I mean, I mean, yes, I'm very close to my uncle and my grandfather, of course.
Kind of a joke of a question, but Jesus Christ.
You're a joke of a question.
Yeah, I know that, and I acknowledge it.
Oh, man. Fucking bullshit!
I'm also in control, motherfucker. Oh, man.
I've got the shiny button.
I do. I control everything. Ready for another question? Here it comes. It's coming up to the plate.
Nice.
See what I can do?
I hear that, yes.
I'm a god. In a matter of speaking.
Relax, Jeremy Irons. On with the questions.
If you could be one comic book character, who would it be? Hero, villain, doesn't matter.
Spider-Man.
Why Spider-Man?
Because I dig him.
That's it. That's all you got. I dig him. I was expecting something a little bit more like, I think he's really relatable. It'd be kind of cool to swing through New York City. You're just like, I like him. Fucking guy.
My reason for Canada, you put up with that? No, I'm kidding.
You're fucking retarded.
No, I mean, like, he's sort of the accidental hero. I mean, you could say Batman's the accidental hero. I guess you could say any hero's the accidental hero, but like, motherfucker was in high school really ill prepared to deal with shit. I guess so was Superman because he was a baby. You know what? I'm still sticking with Spider-Man. Just because I like Spider-Man. Fucking Spider-Man. I don't have a rational reason. I just dig him. I mean, seriously, the more I think through this question, the more I'm like, well, I question my own answer.
Yeah, I'm questioning. Like, fuck it, I like him.
Exactly.
Spider-Man's my best man now. Fuck you.
You're out.
You're fucking out.
My love for Spider-Man.
You're fucking out.
How dare you?
I'd make Groot my best man over you. Fucking walking, talking tree. That's how pissed off I am at you.
Oh, man.
I
don't have a rational reason. Just Spider-Man, dude.
Oh man.
Black suit Spidey though, not.
It's like, I fucking like him.
Well, at least his powers are explained. Well, I guess See, like I said, the more I think about it, the less I can rationalize it. Really, all of the heroes are kind of the same in terms of like their situation and their powers, because they're all limited. They all come from terrible backgrounds and shit. They're all accidental heroes for the most part. So it's really, you know what? Just pick one. If you feel alienated, pick a hero and dig them.
How is Ghost Rider an accidental hero?
How did he become Ghost Rider? I don't even remember.
I don't know about the comics, but like I've seen the movies, and like he like signed a deal with the devil because like his dad got sick, and he's like, I want my dad to be cured of cancer or whatever disease he had. And sure enough, his dad was cured of the disease, but died at the next motorcycle show that he was doing. So the devil was kind of being a dick, and he's like, oh, by the way, now I'm recalling that favor that you signed into this contract with your blood, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be my Ghost Rider. So I don't know how that becomes an accidental hero, but...
Because he was accidentally Nick Cage and thus obviously a dick and deserved all that.
No, being Nicolas Cage makes it an accidentally horrendous movie.
That's true. Maybe not so accidentally, though. Like, this is going to be horrendous.
Yeah, maybe not accidental in the sense of like, I'm just going to cast Nicolas Cage in this, an accident is like, tripping over your shoelaces. A full-on clusterfuck is like, Nicolas Cage is going to be a superhero. That's it. And
Nicolas Cage is Romeo.
Pretty close. He was pretty close to being fucking Superman.
I know. It's terrifying.
Like the greatest performance that man has ever given was in a horrible movie. It was Ghost Rider 2. I swear to God, you ever look at this? Go search for like Ghost Rider 2 on like YouTube, and just like put like Ghost Rider 2 knocking at the door. I swear to God, it's the funniest fucking scene I've ever seen in my life with Nicolas Cage. And there have been plenty.
Check it out.
Wicker Man has plenty of them, but...
Seriously. Not the bees!
Just runs up as a bear and punches that bitch in the face.
That's the best.
Oh, it's fucking great. How about he's on the boat, sees that little girl, and fucking gets hit by a truck. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yes, it is. That whole movie is one big old fucking lol fest.
Oh, it's fucking great. All right, I'm gonna have you pick your. I know you're a big pro wrestling guy, and not really as big as you were as a kid, but if you could pick, let's say, your top 5 professional wrestlers of all time, who would they be?
Good question. I would probably pick
full of them today.
Hitman.
Bret Hart.
Hitman, yeah. Bret Hart. Probably Owen Hart, his brother, not to stick with the Hart family too much here, and I'm going to diverge from there, I promise. Let's see. Bret, Owen. Probably the Macho Man. He was awesome in the ring.
Thanks.
Thanks, yeah, dig it.
Immortalized.
Fucking A. Who else?
You got 2
Mr.
more.
Perfect, man. Holy shit, was he
Kurt
good.
Hennig, he was really good. It's too bad he was such a fucking just like stuck on the mid card. He was so fucking good.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been if he had lived longer, and because he probably could have gone on as long as Bret. And I mean, Bret got up there in the top card, so I mean, he and Bret had some awesome matches.
Yeah, but you also think about it, like when Bret first really became like champion, like Hogan was out of that company, wasn't he? So like the top star was like out of the
but then he came back and kind of took it.
Yeah, he came back and he took it. So Bret became champion when fucking Hogan was gone. When Hogan came back, like, oh, I got to win the title, brother.
Yeah.
I hate black people, brother.
Oh, I think my 5th would be The Undertaker.
Very cool, man.
Not necessarily because he's a great technician, but because that character has been around since his debut in the WWF.
Yeah.
And it has rarely sucked.
Yeah, and it's also kind of morphed. Like it's it's one of those things like, it